Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about locking wheel nuts today because we have a lot of problems, you see. Normally when I get locking wheel nuts on a car, especially one of our sales cars or a rental, I take them off and fling them in the bloody bin because they're nothing but flipping trouble. They're okay if it's your own personal car and you look after them, but time and time again we get cars in, there's either A, no locking wheel nut key in the car and you've got 4 lockers on the wheels you've got to remove somehow, or B, the locking wheel nut is in the car but it's broken and you can't bloody well use it anyway, or C, you put it on the wheel nuts and you can't undo them because they're that flipping tight, you're going to break this. But that's the point for today. We've got a locking wheel nut with this 10 plate Mondeo. The problem is when I put my bar on this locking wheel nut and try to undo it, it is that tight I get to the point where I feel this is going to shear off because it's only like monkey metal in there. You see them little bits in there? They're not very strong. You put too much pressure on them, it will shear off and then you're screwed. Here's a little tip. If you get this situation where say you want to remove the driver's front wheel and you can't undo the locker, but the locker is actually good still, go around the other 3 and see if you can remove the other 3. Because what I'm saying is if you do break this on the one that's difficult and you're able to get the other 3 out, at least you've only got 1 to tackle. Whereas if you just went for it and broke this, then you've got a problem. You've got 4 locking wheel nuts to get rid of, to undo, which ain't no joke. But anyway, I'll tell you what we'd normally do. If I never had a locking wheel nut in the car and I had to remove 4 locking wheel nuts, I'll tell you exactly how we do it. If you had to remove this locker from your wheel and you never had the key, you've either got a choice. You can get a kit with a sleeve you put over here and you can drill this out. Unfortunately, that is going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort. It's not going to be easy. I'll tell you exactly how we'll do it. We'll get an ordinary steel wheel nut like that and we'll put that there, obviously holding it with a pair of pliers. We'll get a MIG welder and we would MIG weld that nut inside there to the locker and then we'll undo it. The thing is, when you put the MIG welder on here and fill that with MIG weld, if it's done properly, it is the heat from the MIG welder that goes through the locker which will loosen it. Oh, but Alan, I don't have a MIG welder. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. I've got one more trick up my sleeve which potentially could save the day. So here's the problem I'm faced with. Locking wheel nut, put the keyway on, give it a tap, make sure it's on properly. And I'm using my long snap-on bar, and if I try to undo this, I'm putting that much pressure on this bar. I can literally feel I'm at the point where something's going to give. Either the wheel nut is going to undo, or B, more than likely, the locking wheel nut is going to shear off that little piece inside. That is really freaking tight. You know what I mean? You've probably been here before. You're putting that much force trying to undo this wheel bolt and it's like you just know something's going to break there. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. In all honesty, if you had one of them little blow torches the plumbers use, you know the ones with the little can that you screw on the bottom of the torch unit, if you had one of them, it'd probably be a lot better. This blow torch isn't exactly good. Now you may also be asking yourself, oh my god, what about my alley wheel? You're going to burn all the coating off it. No you're not. Believe me, I've done this many a time and all this coating on your alley wheel will not be marked. But I guess you could say at the end of the day, what's more important? I mean, your wheel may be knackered anyway. If you've got a very good wheel, then you may want to take a little bit of care and do it a different way. But the amount of times I've done this particular method to heat this wheel nut up, it's never damaged the wheel or the paintwork on the wheel. So that's all I'm saying. Anyway, the whole purpose of this is to literally get enough heat into that locking wheel nut to free it off. I've been heating this locking wheel nut now for probably about 3 to 4 minutes. Normally if you give them around about, I don't know, 5 minutes, that'll probably do it. With a blowtorch like this, you're not going to get that cherry red, but you don't really need to get it cherry red. All you need is to get enough heat down that locker to help it expand a little bit and free off. And hopefully this will work. It has worked a number of times in the past. It's never failed me yet. The only time it's actually failed is when I've had a faulty actual locking wheel nut key. So right, I shall give this a try then. Just remember that that's hot, so don't touch it. Don't touch the wheel with your finger. You'll be sorry. Right, once again, make sure it's on. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Sometimes it helps. It's still a bit tight. Sometimes it helps just to sort of like pulse the bar a little bit rather than just try and put even pressure on it. I'll tell you something, something's moved. Look at that. There you go. Ta-ra! Oh, thank friggin' hell for that. And just finally, look at our wheel here. There's no damage to the paintwork or the lacquer. That is lovely. You would expect, and believe me, I would have expected this to all be bubbling up and go black and horrible, but it hasn't. You would never even know there was anything wrong there. You would never know that's had a naked flame against it. It looks perfect. Because we're in the business here of actually selling cars and not giving ourselves headaches, like I said at the beginning, when we get locking wheel nuts on a sales car, goodbye. At least with these babies, all I need is a conventional 19mm socket. So we'll pop our lovely new chrome wheel nut on. There you go. Torque them down if you wish. You know, chances are it's going to be on the older cars that you generally get this locking wheel nut problem. And believe me, I freaking get enough of it. Do you know what it's like when you get a sales car and you've got a prep for a customer that's just been sold? It's got a set of locking wheel nuts on it, and there's either no keyway in it, or it's got a broken keyway, or in the best possible situation of a difficult job, the keyway's there, but you can't undo it because they're so tight. I'm just saying there's little ways of doing things. Rather than just going gung-ho at it, just think about things. A little bit of heat can make a big difference sometimes. Save yourself a whole world of shit. Anyway, locking wheel nut. See ya. Thanks for watching everybody. I'll see you all in the next one. Adios.